Hi, and welcome to Out Past the Rings, Volume 55. Today we're talking about The Apostles of Eris, The World That Summer, split cassette that was released on April 29th of 2016 on Dingleberry Records and Zegema Beach Records. We did 110 copies on, I guess this is a gold tape, and spray painted A and B sides. History behind this is extremely lengthy, so we'll just try to condense that a little bit. Where to start? I was in Murtex. I had gone on tour. I met Jesse Mowry. Jesse Mowry is in Apostles of Eris. Jesse Mowry is Apostles of Eris. It's a solo project. I was doing shows in Hamilton with Zegema Beach, pretty much just sitting there praying, I want to be in a band! A local band with people who aren't in the US and I can just, have practice with and so forth. So, you okay, Josie? He sees another cat outside, he's fine. I was putting on a show for Joliet and Life in Vacuum. That would have been, I guess, in late summer, I think, 2015, and Jesse, the drummer of The World That Summer, was at that show, kind of hit it off. She came really early and was the only person there for a little while. So we just got to talking. By the end of the show, he seemed to be really impressed and liked, I guess, what I had brought in, or whatever. I just asked guys to put on the show. I didn't bring anyone in. And asked, can we start a hardcore band? To which I responded, yes, please. I know my friend Steve. He really likes this kind of music. We were talking about looking for a drummer. You're a drummer. This is amazing. Do you know anyone who can play bass? He said, yes, I know someone who plays bass. His name is Mike. And Steve said, I know someone who can play second guitar. His name is Ollie. And then bam, we had a 5-person band in the span of 3 or 4 days. It was pretty sweet. We wrote 3 songs in the first practice, 2 of which ended up on this split. Once this band had formed and I went on, I believe, the second tour with Murtex and Jesse Mowry, because Jesse Mowry was the bassist for Murtex. We decided to do a split with whatever band I was going to be in, and it was The World That Summer. So that's how this technically came about. Was Murtex tour and the formation of The World That Summer in Hamilton. Right, so the first 2 tracks of ours on this split were written in the first practice along with The Standard Gravity of Impending Doom, which ended up on the double 12-inch. Those were recorded at the same time. We recorded 7 songs all at once right at the beginning of our formation. I think it was like 3 or 4 months after we started. It was pretty early. Or was it like a year? No, it was like 3 or 4 months, I'm pretty sure. It was my first time going into a studio. It was pretty surreal. It was pretty awesome. I remember doing my vocals at 12:30, 1 o'clock maybe, and being very tired and kind of having no voice already from just talking for, I think we were there for 12, 13 hours. So anyway, I remember doing the vocals and just not really knowing what I was doing. Turned out okay, I guess, for the time frame of when I was recording. It sounds like typical Dave stuff, so I'm not overly happy with it, but you got to evolve and grow and practice and all of that kind of stuff. So the third song, Sad Boise State, is the most polished of the 3. We only ever played it once live at our very first show at the Ken Mode show with Life in Vacuum and Worst Gift. And it's about the non-denominational emo group that I used to be in. People all of a sudden seem to start equating sad as like a lifestyle choice, and it was cool to be emo, and you were always sad about girls and stuff. It was not something that I was a fan of, because I never heard emo being described as that particular, very specific, sad thing. But hey, that's what they were doing. So that's what Sad Boise State is about. we had our release show with some pretty incredible bands, including Fox Mulder, Saren, and Terry Green. The show went a little late. The Noise artist was second to last and went on at maybe like 12:15, 12:30. Was so piercing that actually drove 10 or so people away, that I remember grabbing their ears and walking out, and a couple people were like, "I'm sorry, I have to go." Okay, I understand. Even my wife had to go home because of how late it was, because of the babysitter. It was a bit of a bummer in that sense, but I mean, by the time we were playing, it was a lot of fun. I was hoisted above some friends' shoulders on numerous occasions, to the point where I actually had to ask them, "You don't need to pick me up anymore. We've already done this 2 or 3 times." It was a really fun show. At the end of the show, 2 drunk idiots who may or may not have even paid to get in started a fight, well, with them two in the parking lot, and at one point threw one of the guys on the road. I remember his face getting scratched up. Bit of an ordeal. I had to apologize to M after saying, "I've been wanting to bring you out to Hamilton for so long! This is not what shows are normally like." Which I think ended up being true after about 20 shows or so. But yeah, it was an interesting night. Jesse's songs on this are the harshest of the Apostles of Eris songs, I think. Although the last song is more similar to the stuff that he's doing now, and I should say we're doing now, because I'm in Apostles of Eris now, and have been for the last, I don't know, year and a half or 2 years. So we've already done quite a bit of stuff, including a 5-song split with Raining. We've got a 7-song split 12-inch coming out, and a 5-song split cassette coming out, and more comp tracks, and then we'll be doing more stuff. Jesse and I are also in Our Future is an Absolute Shadow with Adrian from Old Soul and Quietus and stuff like that. What else? Oh, our tape came with some stickers as well. I already said it's limited to 210 copies. The lyrics are really small, so good luck reading those, should you want to read the lyrics. I think that just might conclude Out Past the Rings Volume 55. Coming up next would be the Hive Mind demo cassette that has another interesting story behind that. So, until next time, I got these new stairs.